way. What a fairy tale ending there. Well, for the villain, I guess. More often than not, the villain does end up losing unless it's some kind of twisted fairy tale. But for a lot of Fusion Uni fans out there, it was a little bit of a surprise. Their streak finally over. O2 Blast and Fusion Uni running out with very, very different comps. Just like O2 Blast here, instantly spotting and hearing the Pharah. They are going to go back and swap their comp. And so slightly though. Okay, so Myungbon jumps over to the Moira instead. So they got Moira and the Sombra to try and deal with this Pharah.
We've got that additional healing right now because a lot of damage is coming in from Fusion University, especially with Stella being able to set up. But he's able to touch the point as well. Fusion University, if they can get an early cap here without having to contest the point against this much health, they're going to be incredibly happy. You can see Kaiser just dead.
He's deleted. Snillo finds 2 people already. He's staying up super high on the lighthouse. Nobody paying attention to him at all. Mondo got taken down as well. There's the quick cap that they wanted. Like you said, if Fusion U can get the cap here, they're going to be able to control so much space. O2 Blast knew that, tried to jump towards the point. Kaiser instantly got deleted.
Yeah, Snillo was really tracking him well, making sure that he was punished for not doing the old flip in the middle of the air to move your head, but it could just be Snillo's huge aim. He almost has his infrasights ready to go. This is going to inform Nice so well. You've got to get a lot of pre-firing as well as leading when it comes to using this projectile here, so know exactly where people are. That gives you a huge advantage, and then it also means you can plan your barrages more effectively, right? Myungbon almost has that coalescence, and Kaiser going to get challenged out here, but he can't reach Snillo. He's up too high.
Unrelenting. There's the barrage as well. Nice is going to find Kaiser. And everybody from O2 Blast trying to struggle to get onto this point. They get EMP'd off the back of it as well, so there's not really much else they can do. Oh, nice little sleep actually on Flora. They should be able to pick him up. He might translocate away. There we go. Up into the sky though, just above them, so he will get taken out in the end. Nice did end up going down, but instant resurrection. O2 Blast did stem the bleeding there for a moment though, Harry. They did manage to find the cap, so that 16% is not in Fusion Uni's bank, so not the worst thing in the world. They might just have earned themselves an extra fight here.
Yeah, that was a good flip from O2 Blast. University are going to be kicking themselves for lacking the discipline to keep that contested. Nice going to be looking, of course, for these early rockets. Wants to build up towards yet another barrage. And the infrasights are now active, so knows exactly what he's aiming for. He's going to try and maybe get rid of the Sombra.
Oh, there's no translocator available anymore either. Mines have been put out on the field. Can he knock? Oh, I thought for a split second there, Myungbon went over the edge. But Beasto's Halo staying alive for so long with the pocketing coming through from Elk, who's up in the skies using that Valkyrie. Kaiser does end up going down. Barrage available from Nice once more. Has to wait for that defense matrix. Now the hack does land on the Diva. I don't think he even needs to use the ult, to be honest with you. The EMP is going to come out from Flora. They still believe they can win this fight. Elk and Nice are going to go down. Snillo does pop the head of Mandu. And another one as well. Flora ends up going down. No one is paying attention to Snillo. Please kill the Snillo, somebody. Kaiser is now back onto the point. O2 Blast do manage once again to find the retake, but Snillo has killed 3 people now.
He is. He's looking for another one as well, but he will get taken down by Myungbon. And Fusion University again. Their point discipline is just not good enough. They lost it.
This fight is not over yet, Harry. Snillo ends up getting resurrected as well. They're self-destruct on the edge of the lighthouse. Clears a few people away, but Fusion University are kind of clutching at straws trying to win this fight out. O2 Blast have the point. Snillo activating the sights. EMP come through as well. 3 people get hacked. Mandu actually dies with beads. Nice actually booted him off the edge of the map. I believe he was casting beat
animation
as well. Nice is going to find himself another kill. O2 Blast now had to rely on that beat to stop that damage coming through from the Pharah. But as soon as that goes, Fusion University just instantly win.
Nice, absolute mad lad. Some yachts in the harbour have just got a sound barrier from Mandu's express delivery. But again, Fusion University, they gave away the point for nothing during that fight and allowed for Flora to think, okay, I can take this risky EMP. I can try and make this work here. And they got the charge off of it. And the Fusion University now, they are in sort of that one fight territory. Nice can try and shut them down with this barrage, and an early hack onto Beasto is going to make it difficult to try and contest. They got it again.
EMP was available as well. They're going to manage to find the point flip once more. This comp is so bad actually pushing the point from Fusion U. Nice has been hacked. That EMP was so good. But now he's going to die as well, like 92% of his own EMP. Barrage is still going to come out, and that's a fair chunk of damage. Snillo's going to have to pop off once again. Beast Halo managing to find one. Flora's going to be able to kill off Elk before he gets the resurrection. So now very little healing is available for Fusion U. Beast Halo ends up getting hacked and taken out rather easily, and now OT is ticking down. Are they going to be able to touch? They might not even be able to. Not going to come back in with an EMP, but he actually gets forced away. Didn't want to go down. EMP unleashed, and still is going to be able to find one. But now the trickling members from Fusion U have to get back onto this point. It's now a Tracer from Nice to try and touch. The rally coming through from Pelican. They're basically all immortal now. It's going to take some mad focus fire, but it's only Beast Halo on the point. O2 Blast on what looked like such a good map for Fusion U, controlling almost the entirety of that game. Managed to forego the point several times and allow O2 Blast to just trickle on and get these very small percent plays. 16% here and there. Managed to net them the win in the end.
I don't understand how Fusion Uni lose. Like, they're playing team deathmatch, Jaws. They just can't touch a point with the comp they've got. There needs to be a bigger effort from Nice or Elk or someone to help Beast Halo in contesting this point, because the second Beast Halo gets hacked, he's not going up against 6 people by himself on the point. He can't roll around and do what he needs to, and they give away the point for free. Luckily, it'll be a lot easier here on Well, because it's not an enclosed space, so you can get a lot of contests. There's a hit scan DPS like Snillo, and O2 Blast may have a bit of a tougher time, but it also means with that much open space, you can very much telegraph your dives in, know exactly where you're going, and allow for Myeonbong to have a lot of support available. You got to remember, Myeonbong here, playing on this Moira, no one's going to be able to eat his orbs because there's no Diva coming through from the side of Fusion Uni. That means he can get a huge amount of value off those particular abilities.
Not only healing, but damage as well. Not sure you want to send the damage orb up, unless you're trying to go for this Pharah. It's a small little combo you can do. Damage orb the Pharah once she's used her shift, and then you can just charge after her with the Diva. Point gets unlocked, and Elk's actually going to be the first person to fall, regardless of Fusion Uni actually capping the point here. They do have a lot of heals, though. Alarm is still alive and well for the time being.
Fusion Uni going to have an easier time contesting this point. In comes a dive from Kaiser, going to try and ward away Bernard. Snillo's already low.
Speaking of people that are low as well, Beast Halo pile drived Kaiser. It didn't do all that much damage, and he had to just skirt out of there ASAP. Flora and Kaiser picking up a kill of their own. Resurrection onto Snillo, but Pelican just takes that time, instantly cleans up Alarm. And now with Fusion Uni going for the big reset here. Bernard does have the EMP available to him. He ends up going down anyway, so O2 Blast managed to find the recap here. This is almost exactly the same tale of what actually happened on Lighthouse, Heurix.
Some really cool tech as well from Kaiser when he was chasing after Snillo. Actually slid over some of the environment instead of landing, so that he could actually follow Snillo with that escape and use the jump burst damage on him after a long time. It was an extended jump and meant that he could get that burst, get the kill before the healers could react. Bernard's going to be looking to try and open things up with the CMP, but the same can be said of Flora.
EMP is going to come out.
They cancel the coalescence.
Isn't going to get much damage up. They managed to cancel it. It's going to be enough. Okay, I did think Kaiser was potentially going to survive. The hack was just about to wear off, and he had Primal. But still, O2 Blast to controlling the point. They can stall out for a fairly long time here, and if they really want to, Kaiser can come back in. Nano boost onto Beast Halo, though. This should be the end of it all. It is indeed. Fusion U just struggling almost to get Mandu off. There we go. Mandu finds the boot onto Alarm, though. So this could be a rather quick recontest from O2 Blast. They got ults to do it with. Alarm we just saw there at the bottom of the pit. There we go.
Not having a good time. Elk's going to have to try and bring him back right now. And Fusion Uni, they're not well suited for this next fight, Jules. OC Blast are going to come in with 5 ults. What do Fusion Uni have? They almost have a rally. That's not going to be good enough. Flora has the EMP ready to go. He's going to be trying to get it, I imagine, onto Alarm, Elk, and Nice to try and get huge value. 4-man, 5-man EMP.
Elk skates turned off. He plummeted to the ground. No healing available for Beast Halo. He instantly falls. Pelican did use that rally as well, so they're even harder to take down at this point. Kaiser mashing up the backline there, but almost gets taken out himself. 400 HP, instantly disappearing. Nice little boop onto Flora, but he does use that translocator to get away. Oh, that was okay. Well, Pelican finds a nice little kill onto Beast Halo at the end. O2 Blast continuing to hold.
Oh, poor Elk. He's under attack. He's under attack a lot right now. And Alarm's actually going to swap over now onto this Zenyatta. Evidently, he thinks it's going to be a better choice than the Brigida here. Maybe wants to do a little bit of extra damage onto Kaiser. Of course, you can't apply that Discord up. Does mean that Kaiser has to be a lot more judicious with his jumps because there'll be so much extra damage. But that in turn means that Beast Halo is going to have less healing. But he won't need it in the next fight. He does have that Primal Rage ready to go. So he's got a bit more self-sustain.
Rally coming out from Fusion U to start the fight. They've got the EMP to back them up with, but everybody's kind of scattered away. And Mandu can hide away as well with that beat available. You saw a lot of Fusion U trying to find where Mandu is actually hiding. Hanar's going to go in, but here comes the beat. They managed to kill Myeongbong. Flora is also going to fall. That beat did all of nothing, but O2 Blast is still containing this point. Flora going down, there isn't the worst thing in the world either, Harry. He's still got that EMP for the next engagement. O2 Blast, build this up to 99%. Mandu continue to find Alarm. He's got some sort of personal vendetta against him.
Again. Alarm's gonna he's gonna go and find Mando after this is over. Like, what did you say to me, Punk? He's gonna try and get that Transcendence. It needs to be done for this next fight. Fusion Uni, I want to see Elk and Alarm in different places. Flora's got the CMP ready to go. One of them needs to be able to answer it, right? You need to have that EMP. You need to have that sound barrier. Ideally, Alarm will be the one to answer it because otherwise it's going to take too much damage. It could be too slow.
They're going to start out with the self-destruct. Instantly, though, Alarm used that Transcendence because he thought the bomb was going to kill him. Flora's going to go down as well. People were hacked, but now a beat from Fusion Uni to see them through this fight. Actually, in fact, answering the Transcendence from Myeongbong. Can't do much about that pit, though. Kaiser, unfortunately, Elk does manage to find the kill. And now Fusion Uni just running all over O2 Blast. They're in overtime of themselves. That EMP was good for Flora, but already Alarm was using the Transcendence, so no one instantly went down what they wanted, which is exactly what they wanted, which results in the point being capped. Fusion Uni end up securing this stage, and we're going to go all the way now to Ruin.
Yeah, I agree. Like, Flora there, you saw the Transcendence result, should definitely not have used that EMP. Like, you forced Transcendence with your bomb. That's great, right? That means there's one less ultimate to try and deal with the incoming damage. Now you've only got to get Elk, and it's a free team wipe with EMP. And also, I've got to give props as well to Beast Halo and Elk. Beast Halo managed to hit Kaiser into a pit the first time. Cool. Jump out with Winston. Elk's waiting on the side as Kaiser jumps out. We're like, no, you don't. You're staying in there, buddy. Second boot into the pit. No chance for Kaiser, who's now moved over onto the Reinhardt. It's going to be the classic through from O2 Blast that I was talking about before. Versus Fusion University, who are going to be playing this competition again with Sombra, the Widowmaker, and of course for Farah. But again, they need to be a little bit more judicious with how they touch this point. It cost them Lighthouse, I'm very confident in saying.
O2 Blast making the swaps. Yeah, so they're going double dive tank, and then with Myeongbong as well on the... Well, Myeongbong's dead. Okay, well, Myeongbong's not on anything anymore. Very nice double directs there from Nice. And the point gets unlocked. Instantly capped also. This point is, and this map in particular, is extremely long. It's obviously why Widow is very good, but it's also very good for Farah. Those rockets don't have damage fall off at all, so you can get so much work done already. Very, very little places to scurry and hide as well, especially if you want to actually contest this point.
Give you some nice vertical cover too behind the pillars if you need it. Kaiser already falling low. Needs to be healed up by Myeongbong. He's building up towards that coalescence. Dinks and dinks and dinks from Snillo. Great hit scam prowess on display. And nice, guess what? He's already got the barrage jaws. Someone is going to pay.
Well, I would be surprised if he didn't, to be fair. There's the power driver on 4 people. Doesn't want to use the barrage just yet. Boo for Wild Grenade in the back. He's just trying to go vanilla at the moment. Mandu and Kaiser do end up staying alive. Barrage! No, there it is. Okay, he found people in the end. Mandu peeks his head around the corner, does get obliterated. Kaiser ends up finding 1 kill, but that barrage, realistically, should finish up the fighters. There's not really much damage left. I say that, actually, as a lot of men are going down. Them are going extremely aggressive, and now Elk's going to fall as well. Myeongbong coming back into this fight. Beast Halo down the mines onto the onto the point itself, clearing everybody away. But O2 Blast are able to skirt around them rather easily on what looked like an almost one fight from Fusion University. O2 Blast turn around.
Yeah, full of questionable decisions from main supports right there, Jules. Martin, for some reason, thinks, you know what? I can out DPS for this barrage. I'm going to go for a peek, and then Elk at like 20 HP pops out his Valkyrie. So that's not going to be available. He's going to swap over now, of course, onto the Lucio. So we're going to be playing this 3-2-1, same as O2 Blast, but with a different main support. Alarm is going to be staying on this Ana.
Oh, Kaiser didn't stand a chance there. EMP, self-destruct lands on the top. Unfortunately, doesn't take out the main tank just yet, but Beast Halo still falls pretty... Re-engaged with the charge. Beast Halo doesn't find anybody, but still claiming the space, which is exactly what they need. Nano boost onto Beast Halo as well. No way Mandu was going to survive that one. Pelican's also going to fall. Beast Halo still swinging for the fences. Got a lot of ult charge already. Yep, bye-bye, Myeongbong. Bye-bye. But now it's going to secure the kill. That'll be the rest of O2
charge, maybe?
Long
Here we
charge.
go.
Oh,
All
no,
the
he
way.
manages to cut it round.
All
Yes,
the way.
long charge is so good. Oh, he's still going to be able to jump off the edge, but still a nice little stagger onto Prong.
Yeah, now we're in last fight territory, Jaws. 72%, and Krong still needs a couple of seconds to respawn. We're going to be moving in with the rally. Not a huge playmaking ult, though. Look at that Earth Shatter. Krong's only just swapped, so we've got 0% on all their tank ults. We're going to be walking forward with a rally, and of course, maybe with a sound barrier soon as well. But Bernard's going to be able to build up towards EMP incredibly quickly versus this.
They want to end this fight ASAP. They pop the rally first. OT is but a moment away.
Grab's almost up.
For Fusion University. Grab is almost up. The same with that Shadow's available for V-Sailor. It's been available for so long at this point. He's been holding on to this. One Shadow comes down as the hat landed onto Kaiser, but Kaiser instantly takes out V-Sailor. The perfect fight is currently been fought out by O2 Blast. Kaiser finds yet another kill. Nice had to back off there with Nanoed, in fact. Has got the ult available, but they don't want to use it, of course. They know a lot of people are dead. But O2 Blast, they know they're on a knife's edge currently. Fusion University need to win one fight. They got EMP, they got the grab. That could be all the tools that they need.
That should have been Fusion Uni's fight, but I've got to give credit there to Flora. Came in, body blocked to shield bash coming in from Snillo. He was supposed to get Kaiser, facilitate the old shield bash into shatter combo. Bernard now has the EMP ready to go. Potentially can answer an incoming Sambar if they force out first of the grab. Mandu hasn't fallen yet.
Transcendence is going to come out. He used that EMP fairly
there
early.
It is.
The beat's going to come through. Both support ultimates now used from O2 Blast. The beat fades away in the end. Now Fusion University can re-engage. They got the Nano. Beat going to land onto the main tank. Beast Halo swinging away. Earns himself yet another Shatter, but he's taken so low already. He's got the Discord on him. The Shatter goes wide, so he finds absolutely nothing. Beast Halo doesn't find all of anything with the Nano or the Shatter. It's going to go so low. Goes for the YOLO charge as well. Desperation plays from Fusion University. Myung Bong is going to click Beast Halo's head. Almost instantly end the team fight as well. Krong throws the grab in, and it's all over. Fusion University end up getting wiped and trip at the final hurdle. O2 Blast coming back so strong. Elf's gonna fall. Everybody else cleared off the point. OT ticks through, and O2 Blast end up taking the first map of the series.
Fusion Uni are going to be VOD reviewing those last two team fights until the end of time, I can very much assure you. Nice. Well, Bernard rather just couldn't wait with the EMP. He wanted to get everyone in the grab, but guess he was waiting. Mandu had his number, dude. He was like, okay, Youngwong's used for Transcendence to deal with the grab. It's the ideal play. Now, I'm just going to hide out of sight. I'm going to wait for the EMP. I'm going to get the sound barrier. And then you see the onus is on Elk to counter sound barrier, right? But the team disengaged when they EMP'd and the sound barrier came through. And when Elk sound barriered himself, they weren't in a position to move forward. They sort of like were just staring menacingly with overshield all over them. So they didn't really get any value out of that. It seems like Fusion Uni sort of got in their own heads there a little bit, just outplaying themselves. O2 Blast, of course, did fantastically to make it work. Really good rotation of the support ultimates, knowing exactly what they needed to do to survive the onslaught that was available.
They used both supporters there as well, because they used the Nano on Beast Halo 2, just couldn't claim the ground he needed. And that was O2 Blast claiming the map. They're 1-0 up in the series right now. We're going to jump to a quick break. Do not go anywhere. We've got map number 2 up soon. Hey guys, welcome back. O2 Blast versus Fusion University. And after a couple of misplays of ultimates at the end there, Fusion U end up forfeiting Ruins and then losing that entirety of Elios. I mean, I just want to touch back on it, man, because that was an insane set of plays coming out from O2 Blast. It always feels like they are behind when it comes to ultimate economy, but they still manage to make it work in some almost fluke miracle.
Mandu, we've heard of ultimate economy, but Mandu is like an ultimate accountant. He will stretch those ultimates until they are paper thin, but just enough to cover all the bases that are required. And it allows for O2 Blast to have the time to build up towards his other ultimates. We've got to talk about, right? Proper, he's out right now. He's very sick. They're unable to play with him. Proper was one of the star players on the entirety of this roster. This should be a gimme for Fusion Uni. The fact that O2 Blast are playing with a roster that we haven't really seen that much before. It's not their ideal roster. Usually they have Proper in and they sub out Flora and Krong, respectively, because usually have Flora on the Diva, on the Sombra, and you'd replace the Diva, which is usually played by Krong. this should be Fusion Uni in a huge advantage, but right now, O2 Blast, they are very much coalescing around the cause of this backline.
Well, Paris is going to be our second match map, of course. We've seen a little bit of it today. Saw some insane shadows and grabs in our last series. And if you've only just joined us, you got to go watch that one as well. It was a little bit absurd. Meta Athena versus GC Busan going the full distance. But Fusion Uni coming into Korean Contenders, they had they've obviously got so much backing from fans, but very high hopes. I think a lot of the Western teams had as well, because their roster currently, as it stands in this game at least, we're going half Korean. They have Snillo, who's from Sweden, then they have Elk and Beast Halo, of course, who are from the States. So it's a mixed roster. The first time it's happened in Contenders itself. Of course, not competitions previous. We had MV and Apex also long ago. But there's a lot of question marks above Fusion University if they can do really well against some of the best teams outside of Overwatch League. And they've already kind of proved that against Runaway. Yes, they lost them at 5, but they were able to kind of take them there in the first place, which is already a feat in its own. But then they had a very rough week in week 2, going up against WGS, Harry, which it went to about 5 again. They did win it out, but WGS aren't a strong team, and they haven't been for a little while. In fact, a lot of their players are almost brand new to Contenders.
Yeah, Fusion Uni not having a great time of it right now. And like you said, a lot of the West were sort of hoping that as winners of NA, they'd go in and sort of like stomp Korea, right? Like, hey, West is relevant. Korea honestly isn't that much better. But right now, Korea is looking a heck of a lot better. Pelican right now, he's going to be playing on that Genji. Going to be very nice to see. Flora tries to get a little bit of pressure, and well, Pelican, the flight doesn't last too long, I'm afraid.
And the classic bunker comp with the Winston, though, is coming out, which is something we've seen just a little bit. The Winston can obviously ascend multiple planes of verticality, and every time I say that, I feel very sciencey. I'm talking about space and time, but one of the main benefits of the Winston here is that you can duel out for so long on the point as well. There's not really too many people that really can contest you in the 1v1, especially not Pelican, who's on the Genji. Flora's going to have a tough time as well.
Yeah, and you also have that Primal Rage to really keep the point contested or disrupt an enemy formation when they're trying to run into you. For now, though, you can see that it's Elk who wants to be the primary contester.
Oh my goodness, that bio grenade was so good, though, but it didn't actually save Snillo in the end. They don't have the Mercy either. They're running the Baptiste and the Arno, which means they're not going to have Rares available, which means they can't and has to now wait for Snillo to come back. In fact, Snillo just desperately going Tracer. Nice use of that EMP, which did result in the team fight instantly being won. But O2 Blast, they're sitting on an...
Yeah, EMP and Nanoblade as well. I'd like to see maybe just the Nanoblade get used, or the Nanoblade get used when the EMP after you see the Immortality field. They are going to use a Nano onto Beast Halo. They're trying to play the ultimate economy game here. It's not greedy at all. It's great. I love it.
Does kill Mambo and Mandu, the perfect targets to go for. But like you said, O2 Blast still sitting on those ults. Mandu as well. In fact, what could be the most frustrating thing in the world is Mandu also gets ult, flies up with the Genji, follows him wherever he goes, and just damage boosts him too. And Neist is dead, so now he can't use EMP, which he was 2% towards. This is bad.
EMP is how you deal with this blade, right? Flora's going to be looking to be support. Get rid of that amplification matrix.
The window. Oh, it's so good. The amplification matrix got EMP'd, and Pelican gets a double kill with the nano blade. Oh, it's all over, Fusion U. You got no ults now. Snowballing off the back of Nice getting taken out, and that is it. First point cap. Nice little bit of time bank as well to go into second.
Nice there, unfortunately, just a little bit too greedy. Outstaying is welcome. Taken out by the shot from Myunbong, constantly being this huge presence for O2 Blast. And Nice, even a manual hack. That's one of the ways you shut down against you, right? Just make sure he's not getting those dash resets. But Alarm and Elk hanging out together, taken away from that from amplification matrix. It is taken out by EMP, the same as most of Baptiste's little gadgets. The Immortality field can also be hacked. Now Kaiser and Krong, I want to see them combine. Send in the bomb, send in the Primal Raging Winston, knock people into that radius, make sure they're all very vulnerable. Snillo's going to be hard to dislodge though.
Back on the Bastion. In 2019, we're playing Bastion. That amplification matrix is pretty strong and it builds fairly quickly. Nice little halt there, in fact. That's a lot of damage. In fact, Kron actually gets demeked in the middle of that. Beast Halo just buying so much space here, Harry, as well. Using that bubble doesn't take much damage, right? And then you can just kind of rotate your cooldowns fairly effectively. He's going to do the same thing again here. Look at all this that. He kills Krong. That bio grenade helped him, but he killed Krong. And now O2, they're in such an awkward position where they have to fight literally 5-on-6.
Gonna try and get the hack onto Mandu. He's got to be dead right now. He's gonna get the armor pack. Kaiser and Krong still looking for a place to use their ultimates. If Krong comes in by himself, though, could get a surprise different angle.
EMP, though, straight on top of everybody. And now they're in trouble. Counter EMP coming out. Somehow, Bernard is still alive. Elk manages to keep him up with the help of Alarm. He fell so low. What a beautiful EMP, but the support's coming in so clutch. One ultimate down now for O2 Blast. They got tank ults available. Support ults coming online. But I'm looking at the support ults available for Fusion U right now. They got Amp Matrix, mate. They got tank form. They're going to have the Supercharger as well.
And the Amp Matrix cannot be nullified any longer. Flora doesn't have the EMP to get rid of it. And guess what? Every time they run in, Krong's actually getting manual hacks by Nice, making sure that defense matrix isn't available. And you're eating so much damage of that defense matrix, especially when you're up against that amplification.
Self-destruct's coming in. They're trying to find the hack on somebody. Self-destruct a little bit waylaid there. Everybody manages to survive the initial brunt of the damage. Transcendence coming through to stop all the damage from Snillo as well. Snillo's not getting really all of anything done. Targeted down more often than not. That amplification matrix didn't get much value either. EMP's going to come through to try and save the team fight, but O2 Blast have still got that rally going, so it's so hard for Fusion University now to take anybody down. Bernard using that bongo as well to make sure he can get as much damage through, but instantly counter by O2 Blast. They've got everything in the bank ready to counter each individual ult that Fusion Uni are currently throwing towards them.
Very messy fight right there, but doesn't like it is going to go O2 Blast. Wave, the respawns just aren't fast enough right now, Jaws.
No way. There you go. EMP. Did he actually dodge that? No, he didn't. It wasn't quite behind the pillar. Not all of him anyway. Beast Taylor's going to get taken out. And what a perfect set play of ultimates there, Harry. Fusion University were almost forced to use their ults, right? It's like, okay, so Bernard comes out, plants down that supercharger. Hey, guess what? We got a big EMP waiting for you. EMPs, everybody. And then it's just a slow, steady of countering of the ultimates coming through from O2 Blast. They went in with a perfect game plan. They made it work. 2 minutes in the time bank for them to go on their next attack. If, to be fair, if they Fusion Uni actually get one.
I love the mitigation as well. The second we saw amplification matrix, it was answered by Myeonbong with a transcendence. So then Snillo goes, okay, I'll just deliver some burst damage, right? I'll just use my tank form to make sure I can deliver that when your healing doesn't matter. But it was great kiting from O2 Blast as well, making sure that there was always something solid between Snillo and themselves, so he could not deliver those direct hits he needed.
Yeah, it was there wasn't the EMP, sorry, it was the beat that came out to stop the supercharger. And it was just, yeah, like you said, perfect. Not only target focus, but ult management as well, coming through from O2 Blast to really crack that point. It's definitely one of the hardest points to break in the game currently. When you look at the assault, not even the map pool, just assault in general as a game mode. Paris is definitely defender favored when it gets to second.
Oh, well, much is for
like
sure.
Heavily defender favored.
Mandu, the accountant, strikes again. Everything they bring out has an answer. It's all been accounted for. Fiscal responsibility on the side of O2 Blast, definitely very strong right now. They are going to be coming out with a classic 3-3 on the defense. Myeonbong's going to be playing on that Ana, and we've noticed thus far Myeonbong is an incredibly versatile flex support, right? It's in the name, but he's a really good Zenyatta. He's a great Ana. He's got the Moira in a very good state as well. So he's definitely a huge asset to a load of teams who may be looking to pick up new talent for the 2020 season, or to maybe get in those last few days before roster lock, you know? Fusion University going to be rolling out with a lot of DPS here. Snillo on his famous Tracer. This is what I wanted to see. He's going to have to try and deal with Pelican, though. I imagine here his main target will be Myeonbong, Mandu, and maybe Krong. Dealing a lot of damage to that Zarya is imperative.
Or even the D.Va, to be fair. D.Va is pretty vulnerable when she doesn't have that defense matrix. Then you can earn a bomb fairly quickly. Nice little hack, yeah, exactly. No shield, no problem. There's Snillo. Kaiser is going to be able to back off, though.
Bernard, he's got the high ground here. Incoming with the pile driver, but still, O2 Blast may have so much point control right now. Flora's lost his mech.
You say O2 Blast have point control, but Fusion University are kind of just taking it from beneath them. Flora going down here is pretty big. Snillo does end up getting traded. You keep Bernard alive, you basically win if you're Fusion U. This is just an elongated fight that will go in Fusion U's way if O2 Blast aren't careful. And Nano, in fact, onto the Zaya to try and deal with it. They're just trying to now take out the backline, but they're so hard to take down as well because they're so far away. O2 Blast scurrying for cover. Barrage is going to come through. Even more explosives as those mines do kill off Kaiser as well. Bernard stayed alive for the entirety of that push. And guess what happened? They run straight over O2 Blast.
And the idea there was solid, right? You nano Krong, and then you get him to kill Burner in the air because his beam is hit scan based, and now Mandu, he's going to get staggered. Fusion Uni are going to be in a great place to try and take it now. They've got the EMP ready to go. Snillo's going to swap over. Looks like all of Fusion Uni may go to a 3-2-1 comp using that EMP to just try and run over O2 Blast. Krong's going to be the main impediment, though. He's almost got the Graviton Surge ready to go, and Fusion Uni, they won't be able to sustain themselves, right? If Kaiser just swings into that, I guess you may just have to Biotic Grenade at your feet, try and amp up the heals, and just hope beyond hope that works. Nice already de-stealthed. No sneak for him.
Oh, very early grab, though.
That's
yeah,
over.
A lot of damage. There's no way. I was like, well, maybe they... No, they don't. They instantly die. Kaiser just swings on. Nice little early grab. When it comes to Sombra play as well, something that you got to think about is when you're revealed that early, your stealth goes on a cooldown, so you have to wait for that to come back up. They saw Nice position in a way and turn away to the left-hand corridor, so they knew exactly where he was going. Translocator wasn't there either, so Krong's like, well, they're not going to EMP us. If we grab now, we can build up some ult charge, and that's what they've done. Mandu almost has beat.
And not only that, if we grab now, we've got a 6v5 scenario. They're going to back off right now. They're going to give the space away, maybe try and bait in Nice for one of these EMPs so that Mandu can answer it with the sound barrier.
That's exactly what they're trying to do. Mandu's getting a solo down the side. Beat's going to come through. Oh, no, but the beat only lands on 2. Oh, Pelican was in danger, but he's more than safe now. Manages to kill off Nice. Nice little track in there on Beast Halo 2. Oh, my heart leapt for Pelican there. I thought he was in danger, but no, he was not. He was Brig. It's okay. He survives to tell the tale as Bernard ends up going down as well. Nice rotation of Ultimus, O2 Blast. Still have that Shatter, still have Rally now, and Nice is going to have to spend a whole bunch of time building up to the next DMP.
And we see why O2 Blast made that disengagement. They compartmentalized their defense into these different rooms so that you had to try and EMP Kaiser on point and then maybe get one other person, and you would never be able to get all of O2 Blast. You would never be able to deal with all mitigating factors. Kaiser has this Earth Shadow ready to go. If there's enough pressure onto Beast Halo's shield, this could end their push.
Pelican have got a lot of sustain as well with this rally, so they can even engage fairly early here if they wanted to. I'm not sure they know Beast Halo doesn't have ult. We, of course, can see that he's on 80% right now, but it's up to the accounting of O2 Blast to try and calculate where he's at. There's the rally to engage. Very, very low. Did Bernard fall? In fact, he's just going to go down. Pelican just runs towards him. Alarm's going to fall as well. That's another easy cleanup by O2 Blast. They used 2 ultimates in that engagement, but something that we talk about not so much anymore because we don't normally see the 3-3 Harry, but the rotation of ultimates is so good. You shatter and then you rally. Rally's whatever is an ultimate, right? You can build that up fairly quickly, but you shatter, you build up a grab, and then you grab, and then you can build up shatter. And O2 Blast is perfect management right now.
That's what we termed cyclical ult generation back in the day when we were casting 3-3 for years on end. And now guess what? They've got an old favorite, Jaws. They have the Graviton Surge into the self-destruct, and they can maybe charge through there, but it's going to be easily mitigated by Nice with an EMP. Fusion Uni, they basically have 6 ultimates ready to go right now. O2 Blast, Mandu, you got to be doing your taxes, buddy. The accountant's got to come in the clutch.
They took a couple of dry fights, and this is what they resulted in. EMP's going to come out, but a Transcendence comes through from O2 Blast. The Shadow's going to hit the ground. That bomb doesn't do anything, but it stops Beast Halo, doing a lot of damage to this grab. But Snilla was already there, and Alarm was clicking heads. That beat from Elk was pretty good. Everybody survives that incoming shatter. Not really much damage to follow up, though, and now Fusion Uni have control of the point. This might just be the W. They do manage to get there in the end. You can see Flora and Mandu marching out the gate. Didn't quite get there in time to stall for some extra, but they still managed to complete, which is what's important. 2 minutes on the board for O2 Blast versus the now 2:46 for Fusion U.
Yeah, unfortunately there for Myunbong, he was a couple of percentage points away from that particular ultimate. Could not get the sand barrier up. Fusion Uni though, they did well with the ultimates that they had. They invested them all, but they invested them all very smartly as well, making sure they would stagger out. Okay, so they've answered our Earth Shadow with Transcendence. We wait for Transcendence to go out, then we use our Grab to the Surge, and they just can't deal with the pressure that's coming in. If Myunbong and Mandu both had their ultimates. If Mandu had that Sandbar ready to go, maybe it's a different story. But O2 Blast, with a lesser time bank here, are going to have to go up once again against Fusion University's bunker. Remember, last time it took them 3 minutes to break this. They have 2 on the clock. Pelicans back on the Genji. And if Nice doesn't get picked off early this time, maybe it could be a longer hold.
This Snillo Bastion, though. That's the big one. That's the big one right there. Elk just needs that ult really quickly. The amplification matrix, like I mentioned before, does so much work. And I'm sure you guys have seen it already, but in Overwatch League, how quickly that does end up building up, especially if you're taking a lot of damage. OG Blast know what they want to run with, though, so they're not messing around. They run around with the Sombra. Potentially Kaiser changes to the Winston here. There we go.
Just
okay, so he's going to change.
Messing around.
Slight bit of messing, yeah. So actually OG Blast heading back. Small bit of indecisiveness, but no. So okay, so Pelican once again going onto the Genji. They're going to have the damage boost available for the Mercy as well.
And Fusion University, they don't have the Mercy. That is critical. It means if Snillo goes down, he's not coming back on that Bastion. He's coming back on the on the Tracer.
Nice little hack. Yeah, that's what happens when you stand in front of a Bastion, Kaiser. Unfortunately, mates. Snillo's just going to left click you, and there goes 4 as well. What a pleasant team fight to watch. What a pleasant team fight. Pelican dashes in. It's okay, guys. Don't worry. I have deflect for Bastion. Our tanks are dead. Well, go again.
They decided not to stagger in that case because they don't want Krong to build up any self-destruct charge because it's so inherently great at destroying a Bastion, who is, of course, rather static. Pelican needs to use his deflect here. But Snillo is quite safe behind the shield. We're now in a space where if Snillo dies, he will be coming back on that Tracer, but the Immortality Field is still available from Elkin. Floor isn't even halfway to an EMP.
Elkin 70%, like you said. Getting some ground. Oh, beautiful shift of the lamp there. Sorry, I always forget that name.
Immortality Field.
Immortality Field, there we go. I even play Baptiste, that's the worst thing, right? Immortality Field coming out, perfectly placed. Plus then just right-clicking. When you're on top of that pavilion, it's like, well, I can just right-click forever. And he has the amplification matrix. Nice Taz ult as well. O2 Blast now have 1 fight, Harry, 20 seconds remaining.
Use this regen burst as well. Elk can just put up a window here in front of Snillo, and this could all be over. Pelican nowhere near that blade right now, still 18% away. That takes a long time to build up. There's the amplification matrix. It's getting eaten, though.
That matrix ate a lot of it, but Kaiser's in trouble. Oh, the nano on the Genji to help him stay alive. B-Taylor's going to take out Kaiser, and the left clicks from Snillo. When he's actually inside the Immortality Field as well, Pelican's going to get instantly taken out, and he's got a blade as well. Flora unleashes the EMP, but Pelican already died. He's got the res. He's up. The blade's out, but he instantly gets taken out by Elk. Oh, what a disaster. To be resurrected and then taken down by a support. Oh, O2 Blast. They had the tools that they needed, but Pelican went down so early. Fusion University are going to find the full hold on first.
There was so much panic there, Jaws. We saw that they gave the nano early to Pelican. They wanted him to get those last few shurikens in to build up the blade. He built up the blade, but then he caught a tank shell from Snillo, took him down. That means that, guess what? Mandu's got to go and make the trip over, get the res. Then he has to blade from like the other side of the map, has to use his initial dash to get the first part of the journey, use his blade, use the second, and then guess what? You don't have a dash reset. And guess what also? You're hacked as well. You can't even double jump. You're just impotently swinging your 1,000-folded Nippon steel at these guys who are just laughing at you. You look like a kid who's gone to the anime convention eating too many sweeties.
It looks hilarious. Oh, it's a... Okay, well, that was a reference. That wasn't even I don't even know what that was, Harry. We'll ignore that one. Don't worry, chat. Fusion University now on the offense. I mean, it is kind of funny watching. That is my favorite situation where Nano Genji comes in. It's like he gets hacked and I don't have Transcendence. I'm like, well, I don't need to use it because you don't do anything. And then you just kind of laugh at them as
press
they die.
At the same rate you press W, right? He does go slightly faster.
This is very... I mean...
But...
Yeah, I was going to say, he goes slightly faster and Genji himself goes slightly faster as well, but it's still enough to kind of back away from the Genji, and then Elk just lands a winning shot. Well, Fusion University now on the offense. Going to roll out with triple DPS like they did before. OG Blast, straight 3-3 goats. No Zen, though. They got Ana instead to deal with that Pharah.
This time they need to invest more in killing Bernard. He was the key last time. He managed to get that barrage really early and also getting those boops off the edge. If they're forced to relocate to a point, they need to be so conscious of Beast Halo and Bernard both looking for these environmental kills. So it's going to scout out with this. That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage onto Beast Halo as well. 16 HP. He's okay. He got anti-naded as well. He's going to have to find those mini health packs. They only need 33%. OWC Blast can't get out of too much space here. Mano's almost going to go down as well. Does receive health pack, armor pack just in time. Nice use of the concussive blast there by Bernard, but Snow's already going to fall. Krong finding this initial pick is going to be good, but remember what happened last time. Bernard was left completely free, and it was all over from there. Nice kill onto Elk, though. We'll make sure the Pharah has to play a little bit more safe. Reset from Fusion University. They know they've got a couple of attacks in them, though. 1:40 remains.
I love for all in there. The second that Snello goes down, they know that the damage is going to be lower. So at that point, Myunbong goes full sniper mode. He's tapping Bernard left and right, and also Flora commits. He goes up into the air, tries to chase down Elk. It's a great mitigation against the Pharmacy duo. But guess what? You can't stay in your safe house for long. Snello's going to evict all of you with this Dragon Strike, and once you get evicted, you can be straight into a path of Bernard if you can get protected. That's a big answer, maybe. Only onto Krong.
Krong and Myunbong. They used the nano there again. They used it on Krong to try and take out the Pharah. He was trying to track it last time, although I think it's best served on the D.Va more often than not when he's trying to go for it. There's the Eviction Dragon like you were talking about, but two people are actually on the warehouse side. Nano onto Bernard as he uses the barrage, kills Flora's mech, and insta-kills Flora too. Big pick for Fusion University. EMP is going to come out also. Bernard now ruling the skies, and no shields are going to stand in his way for him to get kills. Myunbong is on the floor, sleeping this one away. Flora is going to come back on the D.Va potentially, but they only need 33%, so he doesn't get anywhere near. Fusion University will take Paris and tie up the series.
Great understanding of win conditions there from Fusion University. A good change compared to their earlier, so it seems a little bit more random with how they were using the results in the 3-2-1 combination. They made sure they weren't over-investing in a fight that they didn't need to win. They just, okay, we'll just bisect the team, we'll use our Eviction Dragon, get everyone to disengage, and we'll take care of the two who are on point, because they know that they're constantly going to have someone contesting. You can take advantage of that by adding a nano to your Pharah and allowing for that additional damage. 180 damage a rocket, you're not going to be lasting for long. You one-shot the baby D.Va, and there's just not enough health to deal with it.
Well, it's the same situation as they were before. They need to kill Pharah, but Pharah is immensely hard to take down. And now, Fusion U, they're going to tie up the series. We're going to jump on to Numbani right after this break.